Hi there, I've gotten a lot of questions on how to do steel wool photography this week, since I posted some pictures earlier this week. So what I thought I would try to do is show you the entire process in rapid form here of how this looks and how this goes down. So first thing I've got here for you is a bag of steel wool, and this is 0000 size steel wool. You can get different grades of steel wool, and they'll burn in different ways. That's stuff to experiment with. First thing you need is some sort of device. Well, a camera, of course, is one thing you definitely need. And one thing you need is some sort of device to hold the steel wool in. I fabricated my own. Some people will use like an egg whisk kind of thing and just tie it to a string. I chose to design and build my own little steel wool holder, so that's what it is. That's just electrical wire that I made into a little kind of birdcage looking thing, and then tied a wire to that. So that's first step. Second step is you need steel wool. Now, one thing you want to avoid doing is just cramming the steel wool into the device. You want to actually kind of open up the steel wool and kind of rip it and pull it apart and kind of give it some space. If you don't, the steel wool will kind of melt itself into a hard little chunk of metal like this, so you don't want to do that. So you take the steel wool, like I said, you kind of get it loose and torn to where it's bigger than what it starts out as when you get it out of the package, and then you just kind of loosely cram it in there, and do the same thing with this piece. And there you have a semi-stuffed piece of two pieces of steel wool that'll give you, I don't know, right around 8, 9, 10 seconds worth of burn time. So this is something you do have to do kind of quick. It's not something for the faint of heart. No, it's really easy to do, but you just want to make sure you're kind of quick with what you do. Now I'm going to put on some safety glasses, and we're going to talk about the rest of this setup. Of course, the other thing you need here, which I've already set up, is you have the spot that you're going to stand. If you can see off here in the distance, I have a flashlight sitting. Why do I have this sitting out here? Well, this is where I'm going to stand when I do the actual burn and create the image, but I needed something to focus on with my camera back over here. Now, I'm showing you all this now because in a little bit I'm going to turn off the lights and do all this, but as you can see, I've already set up the camera. And I already have the camera doing an intervalometer function to where it is taking a 4-second exposure every few seconds. It takes a 4-second exposure, and then for about a second it sits, and then it takes another 4-second exposure. What I did before was I used a remote control to actuate the camera, and then it dawned on me I don't have to do that step. So I just had the camera set up to do my exposures automatically. What you're going to see me do is I'm going to turn off all the lights so it's as dark as possible so we get the most out of our sparks. So here we go. So there you have it. Now we get to go inside and check these photos out, and I'll put those here at the end of the video so you can see what those all look like. Thanks for watching.